Hi there folks, yeah, with Colin, one of the things that a lot of members have asked us since we got back is what's happening with the practice ground, where are we going with it? So I thought, let's drag Turftonics off one of those new green mean machines and get them to quickly talk us through what's going to happen. In terms of timescales, we're not entirely sure.
Well, we want to try and get onto this in the next couple of weeks.
Okay, but it's this summer.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah.
So Colin's going to talk us through that. I just thought it'd be very quick to note is if anybody wants to know what the course would have looked like if we had not worked during the pandemic, come over to the practice ground, not the green because that had some other stuff done to it, but have a look at this, and this is what we would have had to try to recover. There's lots of weeds in your coal. It's
just been unmanaged. When we actually left it on purpose for that reason, Brian, if I'm perfectly honest with you.
Okay.
This is part of the fairway cutting route, so this was cut as fairway.
Yeah.
This bit was irrigated on this side of the green, and we used to cut this on the fairway route.
Yeah.
We thought it would be quite a good thing to leave it unmanaged.
So you could see.
And we were planning to do work over here, so we thought there was no point wasting man hours over here. But as you can see, it's tufty, it's full of worm casts, it's full of weeds.
I'm actually quite shocked, if I'm honest with you, because the different types of grasses that have come through in the weeds is just amazing. So let's talk through it. We used to have a green, yeah, and we used to have, and it wasn't a proper green, let's just be clear, it was like a dodgy old green.
Yep.
And we had a bunker there, and then we had the mats at the back. What are the plans, Cole? Where are we going with this?
So the plans is we're going to totally transform this area, really. We're going to, what you see behind us now, Brian, won't be there.
So you're going to flatten this?
That's going to get flattened out. Yeah. We're going to shape that up.
Yeah.
And so the green could be almost where we're standing now, if I'm perfectly honest with you. So the green's going to move a little bit further down. There'll be a green put in place.
A proper green this time?
Proper green. Yeah. And we saved the old irrigation heads from the old short game area. So we've got plans. This area will be fully irrigated. Okay. So the playing area. So we're going to make a big area, like a big rectangle that we can water. That area will be watered. And inside that, we're going to have a green. Yeah. And then inside that, that'll be cut fairway height round. We'll have a bunker, but the bunker will be slightly away from the green. Now, if you can just see the bunker up there, you can see the sand splash. Yes. Now, that kills grass and kills the greens. So in an ideal world, because you're not going to be, a practice area doesn't get this, it gets the same maintenance, but a bunker is going to get more use on a practice area. So it's hard to keep the sand away from the edge and the grass. Okay. So the bunker will be slightly further back from the green so that the splash will go into the fairway area. Yeah. Okay. But so the green will be a constructed green, fully irrigated. We'll probably try and keep the grass quite similar to what we got out with some of the new bents we've been trying to introduce out there. Okay. And then we'll have a couple of passes round with the fairway more so you can have some good chips in them.
Sorry, quick question. So out there, if you see a bunker and there's lots of sand splash, how do you deal with that?
We normally get the blowers.
You blow with the blower?
Like, we call them like a witch's broom, you know, like the straw broom, like a witch's broomstick looks like. Okay. We use one of them to switch them up, or we get the back part blowers and blow the edges off. Okay. We can do that here, but you got to think there could be hundreds, thousands of shots getting played on this bunker. It's totally different. So the bunker will just be set back a little bit from the green, so the splash won't go onto the green.
Well, that's fair enough, but you can still practice the shots.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to, and on that green, I mean, it's going to be covered to a putting surface.
That'll be maintained and treated exactly the same as the greens on the course. So when we cut, it'll be on the cutting route. When we do maintenance, it'll be on the maintenance route. And it'll be treated exactly the same. So when the guys are doing the fairway cutting, they'll cut the surrounding area with the fairways. Bunker will be on the bunker route. It will all be maintained exactly the same as the golf course. Okay.
I'm assuming there's obviously limitations, Colin, and you can't hit driver on there.
No, it's going to be real. It's going to be a real for the short game. A lot of bunkers, little pitch and runs, little pitches, maybe 20, 30 yard sort of shots maximum. Okay, so you're not going to be hitting. We've not got the biggest of spaces here. We're confined with room
for this area. So the obvious question that jumps to mind then is anything going to be done with the other practice area, or that just stays as it is?
For the time being,
This year, this is the project.
This is the plan here to get.
But if you want to hit 60, 70-yard pitch shots, you're more than welcome to still go down there.
Yeah, you can still go down to the other 2 practice tees and hit some longer shots. You can hit a longer shot, but it might not just be in the maintained area, because we're probably going to maintain the area that's in the irrigation.
It's not a bad thing though, because like for me, a 19 handicapper playing out of the rough.
If you get quite used to playing out of the rough, I'm normally out the Bondi, but I don't know if we can get out of that. So
okay, so that's pretty good. Okay, I think that's all. That covers everything, Carl. I don't think there's anything else that we need to say about that. Nothing else is changing. The fact that it's moving slightly this way is probably not a bad thing, because considering how full the car park gets these days. Yeah, no, that's one of the considerations why we want to move it this way. Yeah. But I think the long-term plan would be, I think we'll do it, we'll probably dig that out and put some type 1 down in the short term to give us more parking, because the busier the golf course gets, the more cars, the more parking we need. And it makes sense, because there's a lot of space. You can't say, we'll turn the camera on in a second, just to show you guys that this is the space. So to close that off, thank you very much, Colin. And so Colin, once you've seeded everything and everything's in place and the groundwork's done, how long before that's playable? How long does it generally take? If we have a good growing season, nice
we need some good weather. But if we had sort of 12 to 14 weeks, that'd be ample time.
Okay, so 3 months.
Yeah.
3 to 4 months.
Yeah, so I reckon we'd like to have this open for the back end of the summer.
Okay.
Would be ideal.
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, look forward to it. Thank you very much, Colin.
Excellent.